Hey folks, it's Dhayfule here, the CEO of Cyber Technology Solutions. So today we are talking about DELOL. So now what exactly is DELOL? It is my latest innovation called as Dhayfule's Ethical Lineage Oath Language. Why do we call it an ethical lineage oath language? Because this complete suite is made for shielding your files and data from unauthorized access. And it is done through a lineage of secret keys. It has encryption level similar to RSA, AES, and it has a portability of CLI, which is completely offline. Unlike other encryption tools, which needs you heavy GUIs, they need admin access and everything. This is just a simple, small, portable application which will encrypt your files and decrypt them within small fraction of minutes. So let's begin. This is the official website of the application. You will see on my website dhayfule.com. You can, you will be able to access it from the menu. Now let's go towards the practical. Now this particular folder contains different files. Consider these are kind of confidential files which you need to hide or you need to encrypt. Now what we need to do is I will just go to terminal, and first step of performing this encryption is key gen. So first what we do is we generate a key set which is of private and public keys. What it does is it creates encrypted keys which will be used for further encrypting these files. Now then we run the encoder which encodes the complete files at binary level using these private and public keys, and then we will be decoding them using the public key. Now this exactly is the game changer. We are not encrypting them through password, but we are encrypting them through keys, and these keys are 256 byte keys and not 256 bit. So what happens is these keys creates a multiple and almost infinite entropy level, wherein it's very difficult and almost impossible to crack the encryption of those files by even a very faster processor. Now let's begin. First what we'll be doing is we'll be running the keygen. So let's begin. So I'm in this folder and now I'm running the keygen, and the command for running the keygen is delol-keygen. So let's start. Here we go. So first we are greeted with this banner which clearly mentions the warranties and what exactly this tool is. Now we need to create a base name for the key pair. So now this key pair is supposed to be something contextual. So I will just say here, for example, I'll just say my keys. I will just say my key. What it does is it creates a set of keys which is mykey.pvt and mykey.pub. Now these are secret keys which are supposed to be used for encryption. Now since we have got the keys, the next step will obviously be encoding. Now how do we encode? We can encode in multiple stages. We can either encode one file at a time, or we can actually encode multiple files in a go by wildcards, the typical DOS wildcards. What we see here are a mixture of files. One is the video, which is a proper working video file. Secondly, we have this image file. Then we have this JSON data. Obviously, sometimes we need to encrypt our databases or files. So we are also considering JSON file as one of the file type. So this is just a dummy subscription JSON, which might happen that we want to protect some secret JSON files. Then again, this is an Excel file, a spreadsheet, which again, it can happen that we want to kind of hide a very secret Excel file. This is a PowerPoint file. Then we also have text files, then PDF file, because we sometimes have to classify the signed PDF files. Then obviously the Word documents, we generally have classified Word documents, HTML file which we just saw. This is that HTML file which we are reading right now. So now let's see how exactly this can be encrypted. If you see, there are almost, leaving these two files, we have around 9 files. So let's see how much time will it take to encode or encrypt these files. So I will now run something called as the encoder. To encode the files, we will have to run this DELOL encoder. So I will run DELOL dash encoder. Now let's see. Now if you see, in most of the CLI tools, you have to give parameters. But this tool is made from the perspective of user experience, wherein the users don't have to give physical path or anything. You just have to kind of, since we are running it from the current folder, it will take the context of this current folder. So what I will do is I will just say I want to encrypt all the files. So I will just say star.star. Obviously, to encrypt the files, we will need a private key. That's what we created. So I give them this name of my private key, my key. First is the private key, that's PVT, and then we need the public key. So I will say my key dot pub. So if you see, that's it. It encrypted these files in just almost 0.001 second. If you see the file size, it's 10 MB, 10.8 MB. So this overall file size is more than 10 MBs, which it has actually compressed or encrypted in just less than a second. Now let's see what exactly it has done. So this is the video. Let's see what exactly happens to the video. If you see, it says we cannot open, which means it will appear as if the video is corrupt. Same goes with the image. So if anyone steals my encoded files, they won't be able to view them unless they're decrypted. So if you see this JSON file which you just encrypted, which has a subscription data, let's see what happens to it. So it says it's corrupt, and even if you try to open it, if you see, this has been completely encrypted with some strange garbled characters, which is totally unreadable and of no use for me. Let's see what happens with the Excel file. So when you try to say, okay, it's again appears to be corrupt. What happens to PowerPoint file? Let's see. Again, it's corrupted as per PowerPoint. We go to this text file. The same thing what happened to JSON file. I mean, this text file also appears to be kind of containing a garbled set of characters. So I will close them all. Okay, we don't have to open this because those are our secret files. Then I will open the PDF. Let's see. Again, the PDF says it's corrupted. Let's see what happens to Word. Okay, Word file is again corrupted. So it appears as corrupted files. Now let's go to, oh my God, this HTML file this same HTML file has turned into this, completely garbled. Now what to do now? Now we know that these files are encoded, but the hacker doesn't know these files are encoded, or unauthorized people don't know these files. So for them, it's garbage. Now what happens if you set these documents to some authorized person, or if you want to decode them? The simple thing is we need to decode them now. Now how are we supposed to decode? So there's a simple command which is DELOL decoder. So we'll run the decoder and let's see what happens. Okay. So now it will obviously ask, now my files, here I need to pay attention that my files are now under encoded files. So what I will have to do is, I will have to just pass this. And all the files. It's as simple as that. I don't have to give any parameter or such. I just need to give the folder name and where the files are. And here we go. Now it will obviously ask for the public key, because without this public key, we won't be able to decode it. This exactly is called as lineage driven. We have a lineage of keys. Without this public key and private key, we are not able to perform. I mean, even if I provide some other key, it won't be able to encode. So if you see, it's completely decoded. Now it has gone to this decoded files folder. If you see, these are actually decoded. Now in these decoded files, let's try to see what exactly happened. See, the video which was supposed to be corrupt has now regained its original form. Let's say about the image. The image has come up back again. JSON file, let's see what happens with JSON file, because JSON file is a structured code type file. So let's see what happens. Okay, I can see the JSON file is back again in the same original form. So you see that you can even encode your hard written codes with this tool. Let's see. Okay, the Excel file has also come up. Let's see with this PowerPoint file. PowerPoint file is again back in its original form. Text file, if you see as it is, the way it was, it has come back without deleting even a single line or without tampering even the format. Let's see what happens to PDF file. The PDF file too is intact as it is, as it was in its original form. And if I go to this file, okay, my Word document is also in the same format as it was originally. And this HTML file, let's see, it's exactly the same if you see. So do you see how fast, reliable and portable these tools are? I mean, imagine a 10 MB video file and all the other files got encrypted in just seconds. Obviously, the files which are in GBs, they may take 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, but see the speed and see the integrity. I mean, the integrity is like without corrupting any file during the decoding stage, it recovered everything. So this particular tool is much more important from the future perspective because it is highly encrypted in the combination of 256 bytes, which is just too much for any intelligence system to break. Now I'm also working on, so these tools are freely available. You can just go to the website and you can just download, and if you want, you can have the APIs. I'm also creating the APIs which will be available for you in form of C++, Python, and all the local tools. So let me know how you like this video, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.